Joining us now with reaction is New Jersey Congressman Jeff Van Drew. Congressman, thank you for coming on today. I know some of your Republican colleagues were just speaking there. We got a live look at that. What's your message to the Biden administration as we do await President Biden to make an announcement when it comes to oil and the U.S.'s approach?
Well, the very first thing I would say to the president is take a look at President Zelenskyy and find out what a leader is. Find out what leadership and strength is, and hope for people that are in dire straits. It's so different than the way that our president leads, and frankly, I'm ashamed to say that. Secondly, I would say, look, don't go to Venezuela, don't go to Iran, don't go to Russia. We have the resources here. And regardless of how we feel about the Green New Deal and all this stuff, we have to be humane and human at this point in time, and we have to produce energy, and we can. We are the strongest energy producer in the world. So liquefied natural gas, oil, it all can come from America. Let's get this to Europe. Let's get it to our people here in America so that gas prices go down, and let's have the harshest, toughest sanctions on Russia that we possibly can, so they just really can't sell to anybody. It's not complicated, it's easy to do, and it'll work.
We have the resources here. A clear message from you. This is we continue to follow.
I can't hear you now.
Oh, can you hear me now? Again, as we follow day 13 of the war in Ukraine. You mentioned Zelenskyy. Zelenskyy has called for a no-fly zone. Senator Marco Rubio has warned that if the U.S. were to agree with that, that could essentially lead to World War III. NATO has rejected the request. Is that the right call when it comes to not agreeing to a no-fly zone?
Look, I can see why Zelenskyy is asking for it, but nevertheless, I think Marco Rubio makes an important point. Real chance of World War III. We do need to show strength. This is what happens when you're weak. It's what happens when you have a weak president like Joe Biden. It makes the whole nation weak. We should have been supplying them with arms, with munitions, with all that they needed a long time ago. We knew this was coming. They kept having press conferences, the president and everyone else in his administration, about how this was going to happen. Well, you knew it was going to happen, so get way ahead of the curve. Instead, as usual, leading from behind the curve, not knowing what's going on. It's really shameful. We can't get involved in an air war with the former Soviet Union, with Russia right now. What we can do is hopefully help them obtain some MiGs themselves. I would love to see them get the MiGs from Poland. Who knows where those conversations are at this point, especially with our leadership. And then backfill. Then we could backfill to them. But we can't. We can't have World War III. God help us. We don't want to.
Right. Absolutely. I know that you're a member of the Homeland Security Committee. Based on sort of the briefings you receive, what you're able to disclose, are there some concerns perhaps that Vladimir Putin could go farther than Ukraine? Does he have the military capabilities to do that? And would he, therefore, invading into NATO territory?
Well, 2 points here. One thing that we have learned very graphically is that his military is just not what it should be, thank God. They are behind the times. They are doing poorly considering all the resources they have and the numbers that they have and the armaments that they have. So I think he's going to think twice before he does that, because he's having a hard enough time now. Of course, you have fierce fighters and great people there that are really standing up for their country. So that's the first thing. The second thing, do I think he's capable of all kinds of cyber activity? Absolutely. He will do anything to hurt anybody, anywhere, in any country, at any time. He is an evil man. Make no mistake about it. And these are very dark times. And so we have to deal with him from strength. I will guarantee you one thing. If our last president, President Trump, was the president of the United States right now, whether you liked him or didn't like him, all of this wouldn't be happening. There's only one strength that Putin understands. There's only one thing that he understands, is what I mean to say, and that is strength. He respects strength. He understands what it means. If you are weak, if you are vacillating, if you are feckless, as is our president, and I'm sorry to be, again, so mean-spirited, but it's where we're at, then you're in trouble. And that's why we're having the issues we are. None of this would be happening.
That's Congressman Jeff Van Drew of New Jersey joining us on National Report. Congressman, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure to see you.
Thank you.